I contacted people I didn't know on Craigslist who had no credentials whatsoever. I spent hours on Facebook. I met other parents and was looking and looking and looking for childcare, and there's absolutely no availability. So like so many other parents, I'm sure, who are here, I left my child in a situation where it didn't feel right and it didn't feel safe, and it ultimately was very unsafe because there were simply no other options. And like everyone else, or not like everyone else here, but maybe for me anyways, I knew I had a good job, I have relative privilege, and yet I'm still paying a third of my income for childcare despite all of that. So I'm one of the lucky ones. I found a great childcare provider. She's unlicensed, and I wish I could pay her a living wage, but I absolutely can't. So, and I'm also here, like so many people, thinking about Mac, who I never met, and his courageous parents and grandparents, because I'm here because I don't think a child should have to die because sloppy, irresponsible policies, when there's concrete alternatives out there, I think it's just absurd. And so right now we have the Liberals who are running this campaign, and they're defending a system that's unfair to kids because we make trade-offs in terms of quality and in terms of their safety. And it's unfair to parents because it's driving people literally into poverty, and that's not an exaggeration at all. And it's unfair to workers because I'm paying my worker $8 per kid, and nobody in Vancouver can be expected to live on that wage, especially when they're taking care of some of the most important people in our lives. So, and as somebody else said earlier, it's also unfair to our community because whether or not you have kids, kids are our present and they're our future. Kids are a reflection of the decisions that we made about how we want to see the world. And putting kids in danger like this and putting kids in situations without quality care is unfair to everyone in our community. So we know that there are other options, and we know that they make economic sense, and we know that they'll take an initial investment as well, and I think that's why the Liberals are unwilling to put their foot forward. They don't want to put the money down at the beginning. But we also know that BC is running a surplus of $1.5 to $2.5 billion, and if we can't spend that surplus on making people's lives better, then what on earth are we even doing? It just makes no sense. So we have an election, we have a choice on May 9th. The NDP have endorsed the plan, despite the pushback and despite the spin. And I think the election is going to give us a chance to at least start rebuilding. And the platforms may not be perfect, and there's always lots of different issues to weigh. But right now, we have a chance to make right and do something about our present and our future in a way that doesn't come up very often. So I'm really hoping that on Tuesday night, we'll be celebrating a new future for the kids who are out here and the people who are out here with or without kids as well. So thanks.
Okay.